I was still holding my duffel when I saw them. Boots half-laced, uniform creased from travel, heart still calibrated to survival. And there they were, my wife and her helpful boss, tangled in our sheets, mouths colliding like they'd been starving. Not startled, not guilty, comfortable, like this was routine. I didn't clear my throat, didn't shout, didn't drop the bag. I stepped back out and closed the door without a sound. That's the moment everything ended and began. I met her before the deployment stacked up, before the calendar became a minefield of dates I couldn't keep. She used to wait up for me, even when I wasn't home, used to send voice notes just so I could hear her breathe before sleep. We built a life on promises and quiet mornings, on trust that felt unbreakable because it had never been tested. Her boss entered the picture as a footnote. "He's just helpful," she said. "He understands what it's like when you're gone." I believed her because I believed us, because love trains you to ignore static. The irony still makes me smile. The signs were there, they always are. Shorter calls, longer pauses, a new phone angle that hid the screen just enough, the way she'd say his name too casually. I clocked it all like I clocked exits and shadows. I didn't confront, I observed. The proof came quietly. A shared calendar notification that wasn't meant for me. A hotel name, midday, Tuesday. I saved it, then I waited. Back to the present. I sat in my car outside our house for a full minute after closing the door, counted my breaths, let the adrenaline drain. Rage is loud, control is surgical. I drove to the bank first, froze the accounts, every card, every shared line of credit. Then the locksmith, new keys, new codes. I didn't touch her things, I didn't need to. I changed my number, filed paperwork, called my attorney from a parking lot, voice steady, facts clean. Then I disappeared. The calls started an hour later, 1, 5, 23. By nightfall, it was chaos. Messages shifted from confusion to anger to fear. I didn't listen. Silence is a language, and I was fluent. I moved into a short-term rental under my own name. No drama, no hiding, just distance. I watched from the edges as the world she thought was stable started to tilt. Here's the part no one expected. Her boss called me, not to apologize, to negotiate. He thought I'd be emotional, thought I'd want explanations. He offered money, a settlement. He didn't know I already had everything I needed. I let him talk. Let him confess without realizing it, recorded the call, thanked him for his honesty. Then I forwarded it to HR, to his wife, to the board. The fallout was immediate. Suspension turned into termination. The helpful boss became a liability no one wanted to touch. His reputation folded in on itself like wet paper. My wife didn't know any of this yet. She was still calling. 467 missed calls. I finally answered on number 468. I met her in a cafe, public, neutral, bright enough to see everything clearly. She looked smaller, fragile in a way that wasn't attractive. She reached for my hand. I didn't pull away. I let her feel how cold it was. She started talking fast, apologies stacked on excuses, love twisted into justification. She said my name like it might save her. I slid a folder across the table, divorce papers, bank statements, a copy of the recording transcript, the HR notice. Her face changed with every page. I watched comprehension land, watched the ground disappear beneath her. "I didn't think you'd do this," she whispered. I nodded. That was the problem. I stood up, left cash for the coffee, walked out without looking back. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought she was. There's a difference. Revenge didn't make me loud or cruel. It made me precise. It reminded me that silence, used correctly, is devastating. She still calls sometimes. Old habits, old hope. I don't answer. I already said everything that mattered the day I closed the door and chose myself.